all the yeah, someone started the recording.
Oh, there you go, recording.
Yes, I'm.
Yeah, we lost the prior training. We haven't recorded it, right? So
Yes,
maybe you can just give a quick recap,
right.
summarize.
The reverse proxy is used to protect the computer from DDoS attacks. So the Nginx carries the IP of the actual Apache server, and the request first comes to Nginx, and then it's like a reverse lookup to go to the.
Apache.
That's the summary of what has been done, shown to us so far.
Right. So,
Tausif, all this going to handle by the DevOps team or the cybersecurity team? Because nowadays, what I'm realizing that cybersecurity team is only handling the risk management things that all the
sorry.
I don't know. My question is handling the hackers and putting the proxy firewall to the application and the system is going to handle by the DevOps team or the cybersecurity team?
No. We need to configure because these are parts of ours, like configuration of web server, managing these virtual machines, right? Like this.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, recently I faced some interview questions like configuring of Nginx and how to configure reverse proxy, all the things. Security is one of our concern as a DevOps engineer, because we are actually a cloud administrator, right? Before learning DevOps, we need to learn cloud computing, right?
Yes.
So we need to secure our infrastructure from a cloud administration perspective or a DevOps engineer perspective. When coming to CI/CD, we already build DevSecOps pipelines. Like inside our CI/CD, we integrate the security concerns like using different scanning tools, code scanning, image scanning. So we integrate that type of security tools inside our CI/CD, so that we can say our application is best and like production thing.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Okay.
So security.
I think with the amount of layoffs that are there now, like only really good people that can do more than one thing they've kept. Like they expect a lot from the people that are on the staff now. Right?
This is basics of security actually. So as a security, I mean someone who have familiar with the security part. Okay, so what will they do? Like they are that people just looking like SOC. You heard about SOC, right? SOC team, security operations. So what will they do? They are using some application and they are continuously monitoring these types of applications or machines. So they will checking the logs, any bad attempts or any malicious attempt there. Then they will mostly checking the logs and trace the like the bad attempts on like that.
Attacker. They will trace the attacker.
Right. Like a proactive method they are following. So this is common. I mean, common scenario, like as a cloud engineer or a DevOps. So this way we secure our app. I mean, actual application using reverse proxy. So what will you do? Just simple. We have a actual web server and application here, and we configure a Nginx. This is our actual server. Okay. So we give the IP of the Nginx machine.
Actual servers, and it is the local server you're talking, or it's a Apache web server?
This is Apache. Here Apache. This is Nginx. This is act like a reverse proxy. So if anyone can checking, okay, for example, a hacker checking which web server we are using. So what he will only get the detail of the Nginx. But in our case, we use Apache. Got it. So then the IP of
Okay.
our machine.
Okay.
Machine. So you will get the IP of this machine, not our actual machine IP.
Okay.
Or else we can keep this machine as private. Okay, we didn't give any public IP to that machine. So similar way we can configure. For example, DDoS attack. We face sometime DDoS attack, multiple multiple requests to our application server. This is intentionally creating multiple requests because uh, if the request count is high, what will happen in our observer? Our CPU count and memory is high, right? So our application will be hang for our actual customers. For example, some other users who, these are the normal users. When they are accessing the same time, when DDoS happening, they will face some issues when accessing our application. So we will lose our customers or the users. So in this case, what will happen? We can sort out the continuous IPs that are requesting continuously, or we can remove the connection from the Nginx from our actual server.
Can multiple user access if you put that Apache server as a private? Instead of public enable, if you put the private enable, so can multiple user access?
Mm,
Hello.
I didn't get you actually.
No, you told that instead of making public IP, you can put the private IP for the Apache server, right?
Apache is private
So,
IP.
yeah, if you access the private IP, can multiple user access this one?
Yes, using Nginx.
Okay.
In reverse proxy configuration, we keep this Apache server, okay, as like a private, consider it's private. And we configure this Nginx in public, and inside the configuration of Nginx, we provide the public IP, private IP of our Apache. So what will happen here? First, they accessing this machine. Then we route, Nginx routing the request to Apache using the private IP.
Okay. Got it.
So today we can quickly configure load balancer using Nginx. So we just configure two machines and we install, I think we can go with Apache. Okay. We install Apache into these two machines, Apache web server, Apache. Then we configure one more machine for Nginx. Nginx. Then we configure Nginx configuration. There is a configuration file for Nginx. So we just go to the configuration file and we add this machine's IP. There is a block in Nginx configuration file. So that block define how the HTTP request going through from this Nginx to the targeted machine. So it's simple. And we using here we can use the public IP, not public IP. Here we can use the private IP of Apache. In configuration, we define the private IP of these two machines. And we use the Nginx machine public IP for accessing application. And we can see how the Nginx load balancer switching these two servers as a load balancer. Got it. Anyone have a doubt?
No.
Okay. So I'm going to deploy, launch 3 machines. 2 for my web application and 1 for server, Nginx server. Here I am going to add one more port. So that should be 80, okay. HTTP. So we configure 3 machines. One is for Nginx and these 2 for our application. So first I'm logging into the first machine. I mean where I install my application. Mhm. Okay. For the first machine, Apache is running. So we need to copy some application code to our directory, right? All of you.
Yes.
Yes.
This is for a simple application, so we didn't copy any, I mean, code to the directory. We can simply create one more I mean, small output as a echo, and keep that echo. I mean, keep that a symbol code as a write it to index.html. Okay. Got it.
Okay.
Using echo command. Okay. Echo. Echo. Then this is the echo command is using for display something. So what? Displaying
The
something.
comment is
Displaying something.
hello.
Hello, I'm audible, right?
Yeah, echo command
Yeah.
is used to display something. Yeah.
Your voice
Please
is
tell me.
breaking, Joseph.
Okay.
Okay.
Now it's stable, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So this should be displaying. Got it. In our server.
Yeah.
When I hit enter, it will display. So we need to display this thing in our where accessing this server. So using the same
Okay.
command, and we can use this symbol, okay, and we can using T command to copying. This T command is copying what are the things before this symbol, okay. So this will copying the result. So this is copying to, we can provide the directory and the file where we need to copy and, I mean, read and copy, and keeping. Read to the corresponding file actually. So we need to provide the same directory where we installing the HTML. I mean, where we create the HTML file when using Apache Web Server. Which directory? var www.html, right? Then the file name.
Yes.
Index.html. Here we face a permission issue. So
Sudo, put sudo.
sudo in front of T.
Yes.
Okay. So what will happen now? Here.
If you go inside that file, you will see that one line added to it. If
Right.
you go into var HTML. So if you do cat var www HTML index.html, it will sprint. This is web server 1.
Right. Or else we can, yeah, I mean, I will check my IP. This is the IP of that machine, okay?
Okay.
See, it's visible, right?
Yes.
So this is a content that we print and we like read to the directory file index.html. So now what we'll do, we need to do the same thing for the second application. I mean, second web server. Copy IP of, I mean, public IP. Then
You're not sharing other screen.
like now I'm copying the IP. Then go to.
Okay. Yeah.
It's on a different tab if you look on his screen.
Now you can see my PowerShell, right?
Yes.
Now I again log into that second machine.
Should do as a S by accident.
Mhm. So now we have successfully installed the web server Apache. So we can do the same command, like echo command, okay? Got it. So copying the IP of the second machine, then check it. See, this is web server 2 and this is web server 1. Got it.
Yes.
So now we are using this server, individual server using public IP, right? See, this is a public IP for accessing this application. So now
Correct.
we are using load balancer, a software type load balancer for accessing this application. So here we are using Nginx. Okay, Nginx is one of the most common web server nowadays we are using in any platform like Docker, Kubernetes. So we can go to the Nginx server. So now we are going to install Nginx in our Nginx server. So sudo Okay, we successfully installed Nginx. Then next thing is we need to go to some directory. I mean, where the configurations of Nginx belongs. So we need to go to the directory, and there is a file called nginx.config. That is a configuration file of Nginx. And we just add some details of our targeting machine inside the Nginx configuration file. So most probably the default path goes to like etc. Okay. Now I am in etc. Okay. So here there is a directory called Nginx cd. So this is Nginx folder actually. So here we can see there is a lot of files like config.d, default.d. Then we need, yeah, Nginx configuration. We need to edit this file, okay, nginx.configuration. So using nano, we can open that file. See, this is a configuration file for the Nginx. So here we can see different blocks, okay. Here, these are the blocks actually. This block for event, and here next block we can see that is for HTTP. So we need to edit the HTTP block, and there is another block, server. So now I am going to remove the like this HTTP block, and I have one HTTP block. That block have my I'm only removing the HTTP block, okay. In below you can see there's a server block there, and above there is one event block there. See, in this configuration file, only one block for one service. For example, now we editing the HTTP block. So ensure that there is no other HTTP block in this configuration file. It will make error when executing. Okay, so now I pasted HTTP block again. See, first event block, then HTTP block started, then HTTP block ending here. This is the end of HTTP block. Then and below again a next block started for the servers. So here we do anything, we just you can see the upstream app. So here we need to change the servers. In our case, we have two servers. So we just edit the server IP. So what will we do? We just go to I mean, copy the IP, okay? Make sure we didn't copy public IP. We only use private IP. See, we only give private IP of the application 1 machine and go back here. Then add here. Similar way, copy the second machine private IP. If you have more than 2 servers, then we need to add the server under the upstream my app, okay? So these are the IPs of our recorded 2 servers, the public IP, sorry, the private IP. Then this should be work actually. Check. This is a way we checking the Nginx configuration file is good or not using. After editing the Nginx configuration file, we can check a Nginx-t test to check the configuration is good or not. Here we can see a test failed. Configuration file. Server directory is not allowed in. Okay, I'm just removing the configuration file. Okay, now I'm creating one Nginx configuration file. Okay, so I have the configuration file. I copied the configuration file before.
I'm
So
going to
just
paste it now.
right, and just checking.
Life without copy paste would be very hard.
One nine. This is my private IPs of my machines. Okay, just save. Then I will test again. Before that, I'm just to go to restart the Nginx. Sudo. It's working actually. You can see my screen, right? So this is our Nginx IP, and this is the IP of our Apache machines. Okay, so we can leave these things, and now we are in Nginx. So I'm just refreshing. Now it's pointing to web server 2. So I'm just refreshing. See, it's switching machines. Got it. So this way we use Nginx for load balancer.
Reverse IP.
Not replacing, not replacing.
Proxy IP.
No.
Because the same IP is showing from two different servers, right?
Right.
Toshiv, I'm actually a little confused here. We're supposed to access the private key, right?
Private?
Through Nginx. We have to access the private key through Nginx, right?
Yes. Because in Nginx configuration file, we provide the private IP of our target.
Correct. Whatever the 3.236.188.171 is a public key.
This.
Yes, that is public key.
This is a public IP of Nginx server.
Correct. Public IP, correct.
Right. So this is a kind of load balancing using Nginx. So anyone have a doubt?
No.
Good, right?
Yep.
So in previous Ansible, all are good, right? So will I share one task for the Ansible and this Nginx?
Sure.
Okay. All are good, right? Shilpa?
Yeah.
Okay. So then we can wind up, right?
Sure.
Then okay. Bye.
Have a good night, everybody. Good morning, Tawfiq.
Good night.
Good day.
Bye.
Bye.